Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. Okay, so now it's time to hit the last phase of this Project 93 Mustang GT here. Raleigh went ahead and accomplished a few things behind the scenes here. I'll let him explain what he did, and then we'll kind of explain what we're going to be doing in this last phase. So what did you take care of behind the scenes?
Alright, so I reinstalled the thermostat housing. Hopefully it doesn't leak this time. I got the probe mounted for the new fan relay into the top of that thermostat housing, which is why we got that one. It was already tapped. What else? I cut this coupler down 1/2 inch. It definitely fits a lot better now. I cut some vacuum hose, or split I should say, to run a gasket or a shim here around this pipe. So when we had it running before, it was just rattling all over the place.
That's what that knocking sound was in the last video. The engine wasn't knocking. That was just the pipe hitting the metal and bouncing off of it.
It's not rattling anymore.
Right.
I did replace the bypass hose. We did have one in there, but it wasn't meant for that, and it did kind of, once it got some heat to it, it did kind of fold. This one kinks a little bit, but I think it's getting a lot better flow. When it was off, I had a chance to check it by blowing through it and everything else whenever it was nice and squished up. I did attempt to double side tape the gauge pod back in there, but that cheap double side tape's not going to get it. So, and I refilled the radiator. So I think that's about it.
Okay. Cool. So what we're going to take care of to get this car ready to be completed, we're going to go ahead and get the car running again. And we noticed that they did idle high. We took care of the chip that it had and got rid of that. And the car did run better, but it's idling higher. So we got to check our TPS voltage. So we'll do that here. We got our multimeter ready to go on that. LMR has a great video on how to check your TPS voltage if you don't know how. So it's really simple, just as long as you got a multimeter and it's got the option to go to DC voltage. And we'll get that going. The timing seems pretty good already, but we do have the timing light just in case. Also, if the TPS doesn't work, we can check the idle air control motor. We do have a spare one from his old throttle body setup that we can use if this one seems to be failing. We'll go ahead and verify if the thermostat housing doesn't leak. We can get to wiring up our fan controller. Raleigh picked a good spot right here, and we'll just go ahead and wire it up and everything, and then we'll test it. We'll adjust it properly so that way it kicks on at a certain degree, temperature and stuff like that. And then we'll finish it up by putting the interference splash shields back in, since we know the wiring's good and we don't have to worry about anything being an issue. And then we'll tighten the front wheels up, put it on the ground, put the hood back on it, adjust the hood properly so it closes and opens with ease. And then, weather permitting, of course, we'll get this car on the street and take it for a little cruise with you guys. Get our reactions for the first time driving it and stuff like that. So it should be a lot of fun.
It's got no heater. So
it's got no heater. So, and unfortunately, the Illinois weather turned from like no fall to instant like sub-zero winter. Like it's actually really cold. Yeah. And we've already had our first snow. It's already snowed again. We're supposed to get snow again tomorrow. There's already salt on the roads, which is not a no-no for these cars. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's really cold and snowy for November, especially early to mid-November. So hopefully we get a little bit of a heat wave that comes through, like a nice 50-degree day. And then if not, then we'll just have to put this thing on the back burner till spring, where we can go out and drive it. But we do have a little bit of little stuff to do, I guess you can say. If the thermostat, of course, is leaking, we'll take care of that and stuff along those lines. And if anything else important of notice or worth noting comes up, of course, we'll film that for you guys. But
if it's too cold to drive the car, well, we have a 91 convertible we've got to throw.
That's right. We've got to throw that back together,
we have
too.
Stuff to do.
Yeah, exactly. There's no shortage of things to do at this juncture. But we're at the finishing stages here, and it's really cool to think about what we accomplished. Of course, I'm constantly looking at this engine bay because it just looks so darn good. Yeah. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get to work on this. We'll get the TPS adjusted and stuff along those lines, and then we'll crank the car on and see what happens. Hopefully we can get things dialed in and just be ready to go. Let's get to work.
Let's do it.
Again. Again. get it hot soon, so might as well put some coolant in it. And yeah, it is still leaking some out. I didn't want to get too much like spraying, but still got some coolant there. What do you think?
Pretty happy with it. It's
Alright guys, the 93 Mustang GT project here is done. Moves under its own power, starts up, drives, transmission shifts good, clutch feels good, the brakes feel good, the coolant system is all worked out, the fan kicks on when it's supposed to, really cool stuff, lights work, interior dash works, all that stuff. So I just want to throw a quick question out here to Raleigh here. Now that this project is complete, what do you think your probably total investment is here in this project?
I'd ballpark it around 7, give or take. Might end up being a little less, but around 7.
Guys, that's pretty good considering that, guys, we did this weekend warrior style where we did it in a garage here. Not really a lot of specialty tools needed, minus a cherry picker for the engine. But, and the engine sand, so we cleaned it up and stuff like that. But that's not bad at all. And of course, we have regular daytime jobs and stuff like that. So we literally did this on weekends and after work on a few days during the week. So. And it was only about a 10-week project.
Yeah, 5 weeks.
Yeah. So guys, really, that's not that bad. And of course, anyone can do what we did. When nothing special went into this project.
If I can do it, you can do it.
That's
right. I know again that's cliche, but it is true.
It's very true and stuff like that. These cars are so fun to work on and everything. I just had so much fun working on this. So I just want to thank Raleigh for letting me actually help work on this car.
And thank him for doing it.
Yeah, and I was actually really always looking forward to working on this thing. It's just such an awesome car. I love looking at this thing. Can't wait to go out and drive it. I know he can't wait to drive it.
Oh man,
And,
words. There are no words.
absolutely. And this isn't even my car, and I'm looking forward to being a passenger in this thing or taking it out for a spin.
If you've ever seen his other videos where he's driving his car, or when he drove the convertible with a grin on his face, I can't wait to see him drive this thing.
That's right. Absolutely.
It's worth totally.
Absolutely. All right, so another little question to kind of throw out here to kind of wrap things up. Guys, the original project of this car was literally to pull that 91 drivetrain out and put it in this car and get this thing up and going, and
that was
drive it. And so I guess we can say that we definitely exerted a little bit more effort, and you definitely exerted a lot more money.
Plans changed. Yeah.
So kind of like one of the major questions, now looking back on it, of course, you're happy with the results.
Oh yeah.
But you did have to put more into it. If you were to do it all over again, would you?
Exact same way.
Exact same way.
Exact same way. I can stand here and say that there's not one thing, no matter how long I look at this car underneath, on top, inside, doesn't matter, that I can say, oh, we should have done that. Why didn't we do that? We did everything. It takes time, but I mean, it's totally worth it.
Absolutely.
Totally worth it.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, guys. Little full disclosure for you guys here. I do want to apologize to you guys right off the bat. I did say in our first video on this video series that we were going to microsquirt this car. That's still going to happen. However, I did say in that same video that we're going to do that this fall. Well, we're already looking at winter, Illinois weather.
We're right on time.
Yeah, Illinois weather literally turned its hat upside down on us, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get out and drive this thing this year. But the microsquirt series is still coming. I'm still going to do a full install video and a full how-to tune video. I'm going to try to get my buddy Derek involved here because he helped teach me on how to work the microsquirt system in Tuner Studio. So that's still coming. We're going to work out all those details, but it's going to come this spring. Also, we're going to have fun with this car this spring too.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. So kind of wrapping it up here, I did want to talk about one more thing before we close this video series out. He did buy a lot of new products and stuff for this car and everything, but one product in particular that I'm really impressed with, and I know he is too.
Oh yeah.
You guys probably saw it at the tail end of this video. We installed some new hood struts on this car, and they're from
Redline Tuning.
Redline Tuning Motorsports or something like that.
I think it's just Redline Tuning, but you may be right. I forget.
But Redline Motorsports or Redline Tuning Motorsports, Redline Tuning, one of the two. You can get them from LMR, and their hood struts are actually made for fiberglass hoods. Really cool hood struts. A little intimidating when you open up the package.
Gotta drill some holes.
Absolutely, gotta drill some holes and pop some rivets. Not the most fun thing to do, especially drilling into fresh paint.
Yeah. In a Cervini's Cobra R hood.
That's right. Yeah. But install time 20-30 minutes.
Maybe. Yeah. I'd say under 30.
Yeah, a few measurements you have to check and stuff like that. But once you get them in, pops right in, and really, really nice hood struts. The really cool thing about them, especially with fiberglass, since they are much lighter than factory steel hoods, is that when the hood starts lifting itself up under its own power from the ram, it gets to about the last 2 inches of the full length of the strut, and then it slows itself down automatically so it doesn't try to overstrut the ram. And that's really cool, especially for something that doesn't weigh that much. And then, of course, as soon as you get to a certain point, it allows you to close the hood with ease.
It has tension all the way down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty darn impressive.
That's right.
And the amount of tension, I mean, I think they're perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
$90 an LMR and $5 for a rivet gun. I'd put these on every Fox body I ever bought.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you guys have a fiberglass hood and are looking for something instead of the pop rod, I'm tired of using my pop rod on my car. I'm actually so impressed with these hood struts. I'm going to pick up a set for my car.
They have a version for steel hoods too. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But these ones for fiberglass hoods, because fiberglass is always tricky because it weighs less.
Oh, yeah.
And hood struts are built for the full steel hood. You don't want something that's just going to try and
ram
your hood,
throw it off the top.
Throw your hood open,
No,
but,
these are perfect. These are perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm really impressed with those. So impressed that I'm going to buy a set for my car. And so if you guys need some hood struts and you're looking for something for your fiberglass hood, don't want to run hood pins or a hood pop rod, by all means check out those hood struts. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this whole video series here. It's been a lot of fun working on this car. This car's not really going to go anywhere, of course. It's still going to be featured on the channel. Of course, we're still going to do the microsport series and stuff like that.
And the 91 and everything.
Oh yeah, we still got the 91 to work on and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm going to video that yet, but we'll see what happens.
Maybe the end result or something.
Yeah, end result. Of course, we're going to post it. He's going to post it for sale, so I may feature it when it's time for that. And maybe go on our cruise after we get that all put back together.
Oh,
but,
yeah, we got it.
Yeah, we got some more cool stuff coming for 2019, but that's going to wrap it up for the Project 93 Mustang GT here. Gorgeous car, and it's going to be a great car to just cruise around and have a lot of fun with.
Okay.
So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for this video series. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.